Okay, so we have Kirsty here who's been really, really cool to do a quick video with me just on her journey so far to this point. She's actually graduated on now to go and do further things, which we'll probably speak about in this video as well. But let's just start off just kind of giving a bit of an overview about yourself. 1 to 2 sentences.
Hi, so I'm Kirsty. I'm 27. I'm a hairdresser and my salon owner. And I like fitness. I enjoy it and want to build more. I have done a bikini show before and one which was pretty cool. So I want to do that again in the future.
Sweet. We're going to kind of get a bit deeper into a couple of those things as well. But just starting off, so before you started the whole coaching side, before you came on board, what were you mainly struggling with before? Like, what was the main challenges for you at that time that kind of maybe prompted you to hop on a call with Ashley and start with us?
Yeah, so at that time when I got in touch with Ash, it was definitely time management. So I had just opened my salon in January last year. So by May, I was struggling to get to the gym. I had been exercising regularly before with personal trainers and different things, and they were all great, but just things weren't working time-wise. And then I wasn't going myself because it felt like I wasn't going to get a good session because I couldn't push myself or I didn't know what to do. And then the nerves of going into the gym as well. And I just thought I need to do something because I need to get back to it. So I phoned then to get on with him and just get that oomph back to start doing it.
And just with regards to like the training side of things, because like you obviously we had obviously been training for like a show and stuff like that, so there's high level then at that time. What was the changing point for you? Because I think you stopped the gym because of other aspects that went on your end that stopped the gym altogether for you. So just explain a little bit where you were coming from when you started back to the gym.
Yeah. So are you talking about in May then when I had phoned or
yeah
before?
like with regards to like because you were in an accident or something, so like even just like that was probably maybe a main reason why the nerves for the gym and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
As I'm aware, so just give us a bit of an overview of what would actually the main nerves was, because that's a big thing for a lot of people coming into the gym.
No problem. Yeah. So when I signed up with Ash, I actually I think it was the next week ended up in a car accident. So until that point, I had been training sort of at least 2-3 times a week, and I had the visions of wanting to do a show April 2020. So I wanted to build in bulk, and I knew I needed the guidance with that. So I signed on, and then had a car accident. So from that, I ended up with whiplash and couldn't train. Was fun trying to walk and work, and because I just went self-employed in the January as well, like I didn't have a choice. I had to be working, so it was just go. And then with the training from that, then I'd stopped and I'd sort of tried to get back into it about September time, and it just I think I'd done like 5 minutes on a treadmill and just felt totally jarred the next day and just totally afraid then of the gym. I was like, I can't go back to the gym because it's going to hurt me, going to make my back worse, and then I'm not going to be able to work, and down that whole sort of path. So then I just took the time easing with it. I had seen a physio and got massages and different things, to help with that pain, and then just sort of eased back into the gym. But I was very nervous at the start, and it was building everything up quite slowly. And then I think I'd seen the momentum starting to build then when I started to get that confidence back and sort of think, right, just go for it, just do it,
Yeah, big time, because that was like one of the things we started to build up in terms of training. So I think because I knew you were a little bit nervous coming in at the start, but like say going back to that, then so obviously you had the like unexpected like accident then before you even started. Before all that happened, like what was kind of the impact that not doing anything about your fitness side of things, the physique goals that you had, competition down the line, like what kind of impact was that having on you at that time that kind of maybe spurred you on to say like I actually need some guidance, some help on this?
Yeah, just because I knew like then at the start, I was self-employed and I was working funny hours and eating more and not tracking what I was eating and just like not really paying attention to what I was doing. And then with not going to the gym, then I wasn't feeling good because I always found the gym for me was like that bit of time to myself. So it was always that hour in the day where I had peace and quiet and just got on with my own thing, and that was that. So I just found that I was definitely feeling a lot more stressed. And then too, because I had been in the shape of a bikini model to step on a stage to then being back to sort of normal, probably even a bit heavier than what I usually was because I was eating everything and anything just because I knew I needed to eat. So that's sort of stress too, you know, because it was like, then I went to borrow my clothes and none of my clothes were starting to fit, and I was like, God, I'm gonna have to get a bigger uniform or another pair of trousers, you know, and just all that stuff. Really just didn't want that to happen. And
Yes, yeah, and like say in terms of like body confidence then at that point, because obviously you stepped on stage, like I don't know, even just understand that from my point of view too. Like when you stepped on stage, then got to that point then when maybe it was actually, you know, maybe your norm now was a little bit heavier than what you're normally actually used to. Where even like body confidence wise, were you at then, especially if clothes are getting a little bit tighter and that kind of feeling too?
yeah, body confidence was probably out the window. So it was, but I think too it was just my whole confidence in myself had gone because my whole life had changed. From doing the show is when I, like, it's literally 6 weeks later, and then like I'd decided to leave the salon I was in at that time. So I had been employed, and that was fine, and that had been my life for about just over 8 years. So it was pretty normal, you know. It was just, that was the routine, to then go on working from the show finished, a busy Christmas season finishing, and then I had 3 days to open my salon. So it had all just been stress and go and mad, and then my life had just totally turned upside down to what it had been. You know, everything was different, and it just was mad. So then, because I was putting the weight back on too, I was like, God, I'm slipping back here. I'm not, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not doing things for myself. I should be this, I should be that, I should be whatever, you know. So
Yeah, so
just
like,
the whole confidence was gone. Yeah.
yeah, so say like, because you obviously had a lot of lifestyle change, and there's a lot of people that watch a video like this and be like, yeah, that's me. Like my time is super restricted in terms of when I can train. I'm super busy. Like you're being self-employed, like you are, and I know from experience you are really busy. Like anytime I've had a call with you, you're in the salon doing something. So like say then with that in mind, where you are, you're obviously now graduated onwards, like what's actually changed in the time frame in terms of like your training, your nutrition, your physique, your body confidence, even just like your lifestyle, your structure overall? What's actually changed for you from that point to now?
Well, everything's probably changed. I'm trying to think how, or like one thing at a time. There's just been a lot. So like planning and structure is something that I struggle with, because I like structure, but then I panic too much about it. So working with you as well helps to get that sort of structure balance and plan and understand time a bit better, so that you don't just waste it by thinking, oh Jesus, I have so much to do. You actually do it. So that's good. So that definitely helps. And body confidence stuff, like being able to go to the gym again and train, and like I feel like I have such more respect for my body as a whole, you know, because I'm just glad that it's healthy and I can train now, and like I just feel so much better. Yeah.
And say like body confidence wise as well, because like obviously that changed beforehand, and now like you're actually like 4 weeks out from a shoot to go and do that. So like how has body confidence changed for you, and just even like how you feel in your clothes now at this stage? Because I know recently our momentum was picked up massively due to obviously
Yeah.
shoot. So just give us a bit of an overview of how it's changing like a physique point of view as well for you.
Yeah, well, my clothes are starting to fit again now, which is nice, and they'll probably end up a bit too big in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, so it's feeling good, and I think too with the shit, like I just wanted to do that to remind myself, like it's fine, you know, and just feel good, and then just be in the right place for starting to build as well for next year. But yeah, definitely feeling much happier with myself and my body and everything, you know, just definitely much better.
And out of curiosity, actually, just one question on this one, because obviously now we're in like, you know, people are in lockdown, gyms are closed, and now like since the gyms have closed, you've actually decided, you know what, I actually want to do a shoot as well at the same time. So just out of curiosity, like how you find, because there's a lot of people going to watch this, like when I put this up, and they're in a similar position where the gyms have shut down. Maybe they're deciding, oh, no, I'm not even going to bother with train nutrition because I'll wait until the lockdown is over, which we have no idea when that finishes. So how are you finding the whole experience of like trying to train at home, and with the whole lockdown going on at the moment, like how are you finding things and the adjustment and the adaptation you've done to now go for a shoot?
Yeah. Well, the lockdown definitely has changed things. You know, it's definitely harder to do a home workout but it's not impossible. And once you start, it's actually enjoyable, and it gives you that boost, for the day. Then that you've your workout done, you're feeling good, and you've give yourself that bit of time too. And then because I've got the goal of the photo shoot as well, it helps. I think I set that intentionally because then I knew I would stick to the program and I'd still want to continue and see how far I can push myself again, because the salon's closed. I thought I was going to have a lot more time, but it fills up quite well because I look after my nanny as well, so she has loads of jobs for me to do, but that's great. But it's nice that I have this project for myself with the photo shoot and then training, and then I'm getting out running, and I'm actually enjoying being out. You're only allowed out once a day, but that's fine, it's plenty. So it's nice to get out, and it is nice to have that focus of training, and it is different, but it's still good, to get your sessions done and feel better.
Yeah, absolutely, because there's a lot of people here now will just kind of maybe sit and wait until it's all over, but you've done the opposite and gone taken up a notch. So it's really good to see someone in that way still making even more progress before the close. Like, you're making even more momentum now at the moment. But say, looking at that time frame then, so like from where you were before the crash, all that was going on to now, like how does it feel with what you have achieved in terms of your training, physique, lifestyle, structure?
It feels great, like really, really good, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to train again, if I was going to be able to enjoy training. There's just so much that I was worried about and afraid of, that now it's like, actually that doesn't matter. It's fine. You're good to go, and you can just get on with it now.
Yeah, absolutely savage. And say if someone is watching this, like maybe someone is like what I described, maybe sitting on the fence and like say, I'll start now after all this lockdown, or maybe are coming from a place where they're training, they're nervous about it all again. Maybe they're nervous to even start something like this because, oh, well, they're just throwing me into the deep end. Like, say if someone is feeling like either one of those, like, what would you say to them who maybe are sitting on the fence thinking about it?
Just do it. Like, do it. It's hard to do it, but once you start, it's the hardest part is actually deciding that you're going to do it, and then you just do it and you realize, actually I feel so much better. So then it builds momentum itself, because you've done the hardest part by getting in touch, and then after that it's all easier, especially with having you as the coach, to give you tips and tricks, along the way. Well, not tricks, but just keeps you, keeps you on board, like keeps you on plan, keeps you disciplined, and then you just gradually it becomes routine, and you want to do it because you feel good for it, and you're going to look better, feel better, and just be happier all around.
Absolutely savage. Right, thanks a million. You can wave now hi to the video.